Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A glorious and wonderful day. You know, it is a most beautiful day. This is the day that the House of Representatives and I guess the Senate, so we should say the Congress, have approved a program 2025 to be exercised on the American people. And what it does, it brings a lot of pain and suffering, a lot of agony and disgust. But the president, I'm sure, tomorrow is the 4th of July, would like to utilize that day to sign it as liberation for those who have been able to con and rob the world. They want to celebrate. But it is a glorious day, as I see it, because it gives us the opportunity to see what we are truly dealing with. We are dealing with systems of the world that are designed basically to wipe us out. To wipe us out. Now, I know we say, okay, well, it's not to wipe us out, it's to wipe them out, but not us. See, that's what the American people has just learned from the last election. The president stood before them and told the American people a whole bunch of lies. Black people and many others knew they were lies, and Democrats knew they were lies. But others bought into it. Republicans supported it. MAGA supported it. And rather than run for their lives, they supported that bill. And today, if I'm not wrong, it is been approved. And tomorrow, if not today, it will be signed into law. But what it gives us, ladies and gentlemen, is to know that we're dealing with Satan. And I mean it. I'm talking about, I don't want to hear nothing about some authoritarian and all that other kind of stuff. I'm talking about the devil. The devil that will kill you, that will take from you and then kill you, rob you, and then the people rejoice. So if you're dealing with the devil, let us, my friends, if we don't like it, if we're not going to join over there with the devil, if we're not going to bend our backs and stick our tail between our legs and ask the devil to do it to us, then let us step on the side of God. And on the side of God is a pretty good side to stand on. Because with God, we know who made the earth. With God, we know who put the resources on the earth. With God, we know who put us here. And now we know that since this is the devil over here that's willing to kill us, then we know that God made us to live. And all that we need to stand and be successful in anything we do is to know the truth. That the truth is God and the rest is us, and we ain't thinking about anybody that's going to try to control us and cause pain and suffering to us as if we are too ignorant to know it. No, we found out, and now we're going to say, thank you, Trump. Thank you, white people. Thank you, white supremacy. Thank you, Supreme Court, for teaching us that there's no good in you any kind of way. There is no good in you any kind of way. You have just proven to us by what you have just sanctioned is that there's no good in you anywhere. But we're not going to be like you. We're just going to follow a different path. And we're going to show you what true life is about. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. A nation with hate for what God created for God's service. But black people, they knew that the so-called big beautiful bill was planned for white supremacy in the beginning. And regardless of who was against it, whites, in the end of the day, 2025, it profited them as well. But blacks are obliged to honor God. Fights against God have already lost. Blacks have had to endure so much from everyone, the oppressor and others. Now, others were tricked and feel some of what the rest have already endured. Yes, it is like a payback, a laughing. It seems to be the thing that many of you just want to do. And if you want to laugh, I'm going to say to you, laugh. Get you a belly full of laughter. Get you a belly full of looking at these people who wanted to be more than you, who found out that one day it slapped them in the face. They were no more at all than you. And the pain and suffering that you've been feeling all the time, now they get a chance to feel it too. Yeah, get yourself a big belly full of laugh. Get it. Get all that laughing out. Because if we're going to change this thing, it's going to take all of us. It's going to take those who voted for Trump. It's going to take those who are MAGA. And anybody that turns against that evilness is welcome to do good at all costs. But, my friends, the truth is the problem is fixed. Now, it will involve all the people that are abused, even whites. No, we must move quickly because whites are begging God to destroy this nation. But as God's representative, I say, no way. And let me say this to all of you who are listening, speaking from the heart and the spirit of God. The murder of the Palestinian people by Israel, Gaza, all that stuff, it will be dealt with by God. You see, evil has conquered the human race, at least almost. Trump has turned America to hell. It was once called a city on a hill. Now it's turned by white people into the American hell on earth. Every supporter of the so-called alligator prison, you've heard about it, I'm sure, should themselves be threatened with the same danger offered others. And the most demonic American, the most demonic American of hate and death is leading the mob. By the end of the year, every MAGA that was voted in office, must be recalled. And we should do that for a Christmas present to America. We must retire and return benefits that have been robbed from the people. Those programs have been cut. We must reinstate those programs immediately. It might take us to the end of the year, but in our mindset is to know that we are not just going to reinstate that. We're going to make sure that we don't have to worry about that happening again, because we're going to institute a plan which allows us to live without anybody trying to put a foot on our neck, because we're free by the power of truth that comes by the Spirit of God. Look at these guys. Look at them talking about putting people out of the country, bringing us some more folks in so we can compete against color. And we got the white, so we're going to make sure everything is beautiful. And then we don't give a damn about anything else, but we got our thing going. And then it's okay. What the heck is this all about? It's because they didn't know. They didn't know Dr. King died a long time ago. And everybody else just been mopping along. We have all been mopping along. Black, white, and people of color has been mopping along since Dr. King died. Now, I'm not saying people haven't done anything. Yeah, they worked on continuation of some of the things that Dr. King and those other brothers and sisters that gave their lives, committed their lives, did. But for the rest of us, for most of us, we haven't done a dead blessed thing to make life any better. We've just been sitting around walking what the white man does. And every now and then we'll raise enough sand that they'll give a little bend here, maybe a little bend there, and we still consider that trash. We didn't have any respect for us. That 2025 program is designed to put us back in the cotton fields and to hang us if we don't be glad and thankful for it. And where is God? Where is God? Where is this God we've been hearing about all our lives? Ever since we've been in this country, where is that God? Where is that liberation? Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. And it ain't coming from the one that said robbing you is okay. No, it's coming from the one that said it's over. And by our giving ourselves to that understanding, it will carry that victory that has already been won forward. Democracy, it failed us. It was bought. Government representatives of the debacle that exists today sold their votes for a payday. If you vote them out of office, the money that these guys are going to get through tax that they save, oh man, they can pay them to just advise them on anything, not even being in government. Just give them the money, payback, or give them one lump sum. Here we are. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a real God. And I tell you, he loves every last one of you. All those people that's in boats and stuff being shipped back someplace else, God loves you. Now, this here devil right now is showing his hand. This is not, yeah, this is America. I wanted to say this is not America, but it is America. And it's the demonic America. That's who's sending you back. Those that's putting you over there in the alligator island or whatever they call it. I don't care who's not laughing or who is laughing. America is putting you there. A low down devil from the pit of hell. That's what we are. And that's what we're doing to you. But there are some of us who don't like that. There are some of us who are not going along with that. And we're going to turn to our true God. Not the one over there in Washington. Not the one that's in the Supreme Court. No, no. We're going to turn to the one that's invisible, that is made alive through our hands, through our mouths. You ready? Let me see if I need to say anything else. Well, I think I'll just stop it there. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. I want you to know that we are at war, but they're at a war with death and stuff. You see, they walk around with guns. We're at war with love. See, we understand that they've been misled. Their parents didn't know any better. Their grandparents didn't know any better. And they just been raised as they've been raised. But we, my friends, have been born again. And we know something that they don't know. But we're going to show them. Ain't that right? Goodbye.